Hey everyone, I'm back with another House of the Dragon video. Today I'm reviewing episode 9, The Green Council. I like the way this one opened with the dark, empty, vacant throne room. It was an accurate depiction of the realm in the wake of Viserys' death, and it set the mood for this one perfectly. The Greens, of course, were scheming and using Alicent's purposeful misinterpretation of a dying Viserys' last words to install the degenerate Aegon onto the throne. Lord Beesbury was a quick casualty at the hands of psycho Kristen Cole. I feel Cole is the most evil person on the show. Some might say Otto, but what Otto does is no different than Tywin. He's scheming for power and for the best interests of his family. He's not as skilled as Tywin Lannister, of course, but he sees all of the death as something that's just unsavory but necessary in the means to reach his goals and prevail. He's not a good person. But Cole is much more evil because he kills people arbitrarily. There's a theme that runs through this episode about how bad parenting in the Hightower family has passed down from father to daughter. There was a great scene where Alicent calls out Otto for forcing her on Viserys when she was a teenager. He doesn't seem to think anything of it because she became queen, but it's clear that Alicent does not see it the same way. She sees all of her choices being taken away from her at a young age, and her life was forced upon her. But has she really learned from any of this? Unfortunately, no. She's handling Aegon the same way her father treated her. Aegon clearly doesn't want the throne and is literally running away from it. I mean, this makes Jon's "I don't want it" seem like a bold play for power in comparison. Alicent doesn't care about Aegon, he's just a pawn in the game. Aemon's actions were fascinating. He has disdain for his brother, sees him as weak and unworthy, and believes that he himself should be king instead of Aegon. Aemond has grown so confident that if I hadn't read Fire and Blood and didn't know where the story was going, I wouldn't have been surprised to see him actually kill Aegon so he could take the throne himself. That's the sort of intensity he was giving off. But Aemond still dragged his pitiful brother back to the Red Keep. It also was a little disconcerting to see Aemond have that odd bonding scene with Kristen Cole. Rhaenys is a prisoner in her own room. What a good, smart way to gain an ally of someone so strong and independent. She's not like one of the cowering lords that bent the knee to Otto in the throne room. But Alicent thinks she can get Rhaenys on her side by badmouthing Corlys and other family members. She even says Rhaenys should have been queen. What an argument. You should have been the first queen. Now come help me usurp the throne from another one. Olivia Cook, though, is doing a great job of playing Alicent. You can see how deep down she recognizes that much of what she's doing is wrong. There's a lot of inner conflict going on, and sometimes it manifests itself. Yet she's convinced herself that her actions, no matter how wrong on their face, are actually right in these circumstances. And what's great about this portrayal is that often so much evil is perpetrated in the world in this very way. At points, though, Cook even makes you grudgingly sympathetic toward her. In the past, I've been a little critical of them not giving us more backstory on characters like Lena and Harwin, but when it comes to the foot fetish that Laris has, I've seen more than enough. The farce that was the coronation of Aegon was presented nicely. I laughed when Otto made the announcement that Viserys had died, but then quickly switched gears to the joyous news of Aegon taking the throne. Yeah, let's just turn the page while the body is still warm and celebrate. It was the perfect mix of ruthlessness and tackiness for his character. I loved the glimpses we got of Helena during the coronation. She was so disgusted that much of the time she turned her head away from Aegon as the ceremony was going on. She hates him, and her mother too, for that matter. Now, in two separate episodes, they've shown us having Helena pulling away from her mother as she's gone to touch her. Helena is easily my favorite among the Greens. She also has visions and prophecies. In the last episode, she was talking about the beast beneath the boards. And we can assume that that was what happened here with Meleys in this episode, with Rhaenys breaking through into the coronation area. Helena is fascinating. It doesn't quite fit in. She's the black sheep of the Green family. And then we had Aegon looking angry, unhappy, and still a little hungover as he reluctantly took the crown. But as the people cheered, you could see how this depraved usurper began to soak it up. He even bizarrely started to thrust his sword out. Reminded me of this scene in Joker. What a very auspicious beginning for him. The episode ends with Rhaenys giving her answer to Alicent about whether she would join them. It was the scene that stole the episode. I broke all of this one down in a separate video, which I'll link below, the Rhaenys and Meleys scene. While it's a great spectacle and one of the best scenes of the series, it did leave a question which I address in that one. And did you catch Helena's reaction to Rhaenys' entrance? It was a mixture of awe, admiration, and maybe even a latent wish to just get burned to a crisp to end the sordid life she's living with Aegon. Anyway, I give this one an 8 out of 10. I thought they did a good job with this darker episode, demonstrating the lengths the Greens would go to in order to secure power. So that's it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you're interested in more House of the Dragon content, listen to Caraxes and subscribe. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.